Don't you be afraid.
All right, the ANX weekly update, and because I this out as a separate show again, everybody make sure y'all like and subscribe. How about that?
And comment. Like, we always like comments.
Who's we? You don't respond to comments. I have to respond to them.
That's true, but I still like seeing what people are saying.
Funko Pop of the week. Terrence, trivia time. Do you have any idea why I'm saying this one is the Funko Pop of the week? Any clue?
You guys time? You went to a conference doing this on this day a year ago?
No.
Daima?
Okay. All right. You getting close.
I know that was
Talking about
announced.
Diamond? You heard about it?
Yeah, I heard a little bit.
So you heard any news this week specifically about it? All right. So what they have done is, this is raggedy. I didn't even notice that. Anyway, they have decided the new voice of the Kid Goku in Diamond, because something happened and they've turned back into kids, right? We kind of got that from the trailers, right? So they've decided that the original voice of Gohan, when we were watching,
Daddy,
yeah, that guy, and who also did the voice of Goku in Dragon Ball, because if you remember, Dragon Ball came out after Dragon Ball Z in the US.
Okay.
So they used Gohan's voice actor to do Goku in Dragon Ball, and they're bringing her back to do Goku in Daima. Okay. And her name is
Stephanie Nadalny. No, how do I say it?
Nadalny.
Nadalny.
And we met her a year and a half ago.
At least.
I can't remember.
If not
we
more.
got a couple of Gohan signed, but we also got Goku signed.
She was super nice.
Yeah, she was cool. So that's why this is the Funko Pop of the week. This one is one of those Funko Insider exclusives. And somebody here used to work at GameStop. I'm pretty sure. Didn't y'all used to give those out for free?
The Son Goku?
The Funko Insider Pops. Like there used to be a coupon hidden in a random email where you can go redeem it and get a Funko Insider Pop for free from GameStop. And guess how many times I did it in my life? Zero times, because it wasn't like an email for the Funko Insider. Mm. It was a GameStop email, and then at the bottom, if you really search, there would be a coupon to get a free Funko Insider Pop.
I don't ever really remember people bringing in no coupon.
Because it was hidden, because GameStop is stupid. How about that? So anyway, but it is available from, resellers. Link in the description below if y'all want to get this particular Dragon Ball Pop. This week in gaming history, we're getting into the time of year where lots of stuff gets released.
Yeah.
So I was surprised that it was just this. But anyway, September 23rd, 2003, Dynasty Tactics 2. Were you more of a Dynasty Tactics fan or Dynasty Warriors fan?
I didn't really play either.
What?
I feel like I've only heard you talk about Warrior, or maybe not you, but in conversation, I feel like I hear Warrior.
Well, because there's so many
Tactics.
games with that same style, that battle style, Hyrule Warriors and Fire Emblem Warriors, and before Warriors, was it Koei?
Don't ask me.
Well, you got the game.
Oh. I put it over. Let's see. Yeah, Koei.
Yeah. Before they kind of started buying the rights, because Koei made Hyrule. See what I'm saying? But before that kind of became a thing, other companies would try to make a game in that style.
Okay.
And it was close, but it just wasn't as polished and wasn't as good, right? Even the sub companies of Koei, because I never really liked what was the other one called? There was Dynasty Warriors, but then there was the one with the ninjas or something, or Samurai Warriors. It wasn't the same quality. So even within the same company, you didn't have that same quality.
Samurai Champloo?
No.
What is that?
It's an anime,
Okay.
and it's currently being covered up behind me. But it's still
Okay.
back there though. But it's covered up. All right. So what about this one, Terrence?
No, I ain't play.
September 23rd, 2016, Forza Horizon 3.
I'm not a race car fanatic, so it may get put in.
No Diddy.
But you're not gonna play it a lot.
No, not even a little bit.
I like Forza.
So here's the deal. Forza, like Horizon, 5 is the current one, I think. It is, if you have a PC that can run it, it is worth the price of admission to get the Ultimate Game Pass just to play that game. The graphics and the gameplay is so dope. Now the thing about Forza Horizon is it's more arcade.
Okay.
It's less Gran Turismo. It's more like an arcade version of Gran Turismo. So if you do like racing games but you don't like the simulation style, Forza Horizon is for you. I'm not gonna say that it's worth the price of admission to go get your Xbox Series X, but if you have a computer that can run it,
Right.
it's definitely worth the Ultimate Pass to go play Forza Horizon 5. September 25th, 2007. Wait, how's it go?
The chant, yeah.
Halo 3 came out.
I played this a lot.
Little teaser coming up. I feel like there's a few similarities between Halo 3 and the game that we'll be reviewing on ANX Gamecast, Concord. There's a couple of similarities there that I will point out specifically with the gameplay. Maybe show the back. We've been showing the front. Look at that back. It kind of looks cool.
You like Halo?
No.
Yeah, I was saying I didn't think you liked Halo.
Yeah, I like the co-op portion.
I liked Halo 3, and it was cool until Call of Duty came out. And then it's just
Subpar.
that's being nice.
Okay.
Like the Halo in comparison to multiplayer Halo compared to Call of Duty is like it's not even a conversation.
I like the fact that with any Halo, I don't remember the first one, but the second two, you play co-op through the story.
Mm.
And that gravitated to. Now, it's 3-person squad, but I enjoyed it. But now, the thing about co-op and story version stuff, once the story over, that you don't want to play through the story again.
Yeah.
So
No, especially not some of the in-game stuff. Those were challenging and stressful and not really fun.
Yeah.
If I was watching it, it would be exciting.
Right.
But trying to actually do it, I'm like, I'm glad when this is over. The story itself is fine, but the multiplayer game, this was right on that edge where it all became FPS online multiplayer, right?
Mm-hmm.
It just couldn't hang.
Okay.
Square Enix, Valkyrie Profile 2. PlayStation 2 came out September 26, 2006. I need to clean these games. I got stickums and stickers and all kind of crap on them, man.
So September is a heavy month for new games, or
September, October,
Mm-hmm.
fall, getting ready for Christmas, right?
Yeah. Usually up until Thanksgiving.
Yep.
And that's when everything kind of just falls off of the next. What used to be that.
Well, certain companies now starting to carve out their own little.
Correct.
Like I feel like any Resident Evil remake kind of comes out in February or something,
Yeah.
March.
So it used to not be like that. So it used to be December and January were like dead. It's kind of dead for the market.
Yeah.
Now there are companies that, like you said, are trying to.
Like we know every year,
Yeah.
something we putting out something. You know what I mean?
it's kind of like summer for movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one is still sealed with a clearance sticker on it. Dead Rising 2
Yes, I love Dead
for
Rising.
the Xbox One came out September 27th, 2010.
Which one did you play that I liked when you were
That's a
steamrolling people?
Tarjay. Old Tarjay seal.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So Tarjay
Yeah.
seal.
I love the Target clearance section. Dead Rising 4.
Oh, that's one.
Was that like the new one for the Xbox One? Was it 4?
Yeah, that was kind of the last one.
Because we played it.
And they changed the mechanics a lot too. And Dead Rising also got like a budget C movie.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they were cutting the budget on it.
Yeah.
I feel like, was that the same one? There was one where you were steamrolling all the zombies that I liked, but then there was a Christmas one, right? Wasn't that Dead Rising?
Maybe it was DLC or something.
DLC.
I really don't remember because
It was at the
so
mall.
long ago. But it might have been 3. We might have played 3 and 4.
Okay.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Specifically.
I like Dead Rising.
I mean, they did change the mechanics. So, but I mean, still always multiple deaths of killing and mowing down. But just the mechanics in the play.
It was fun. Like it's kind of like Dynasty Warriors in a way. Like I can only play it so much.
Okay.
Then it's just like if they were coming out, even if they were coming out with these every 3 years, I think it would be too much.
Really?
Yeah. Like it's just.
Well, it hadn't been nothing recent.
No, that's why I'm thinking about getting a remastered. The first one remastered
But
came out.
Comparable would be what did I just play? It had part 1 Dying Light. You killing multiples.
Yeah, but I think it's a different. It's in Dying Light like FPS. Is it first person? It's
so
but
you got waves. You still have the waves coming at you.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm thinking about getting the new remastered version. Because like I said, it's been a while. So it's like, okay, I can do one now. Right. And last but not least, September 28th, 2010, Guitar Hero Warriors of Rock was released for the Xbox 360. What about that? Music games? So you just don't play no games.
It wasn't my genre.
You just watch Reincarnated as a Slime.
I do.
And don't play nothing.
I'm up to date too. So we used to, when I worked at GameStop, we used to have tournaments for it.
Oh yeah? I never.
Yeah.
Which one? Guitar Hero?
Guitar Hero.
Now I whoop anybody on medium.
Okay.
I'll tell you that right now. Okay. I never liked the game enough. I never took the game serious enough to learn the sliding technique.
And there were people who liked
to play it on hard and whatever.
And then they added the drums and then the other guitar. So we had tournaments for it. And people were serious. People are serious. I mean, if you fall into that niche, people are serious about the games.
People still play it. There's like PC mods with new music and stuff, and people still play it.
It is fun. I mean, I played it at my friend's house one time, and
it's a party game.
Yeah, it was fun.
Add a little drink to that. A party game.
I don't drink, but but on medium, I'm whooping everybody. Just letting you know. So anybody out there who has Guitar Hero guitars, do not get conned. They go for a lot of money. So don't let just because you might not want it no more, don't let anybody take your guitars for cheap. Do your research. And I think some of the games are even more expensive. Last time I checked, it's been a while. I'm not just out here checking Guitar Hero prices.
Right.
But the last time I checked, and the reason being is because I think some of the old discs have the songs stored on the disc, where more downloaded stuff, they don't have the rights to the songs anymore.
Oh yeah.
And then some of those songs that you had to download, those extra DLC songs, they don't have the rights anymore. But the core game with the disc, I think the songs are still on the disc, so you can still play the songs.
That's crazy.
The new Guitar Hero came out 10 years ago now. I don't know. I didn't like it. And I think they're making an effort, maybe even with Rock Band, to kind of go back to that old style. I did not like the new guitars. I did not like the new gameplay. I played it for like a couple of weeks. I was excited to get it, and it's expensive when it comes out because you got to buy it comes with the guitar and stuff. It's well over $100, and it was just trash.
And I mean, you remember it used to be Guitar Hero, next year Rock Band.
Yeah.
Then Guitar Hero, then Rock Band.
They were just alternate.
But yeah, I liked 3, Guitar Hero 3, and I played that a lot. And there was one other one, but I can't remember. But yeah, I hope they get back to the old school way and put some updated music out there, and let's get back. I'm ready.
When people try to bring in the guitar, no soup for you. Take the guitar, you can take it aside and throw it in the trash. Because now for you to say that, I could see why. I mean, it's been a while, and there are not a lot of guitars available.
Well, and the thing that that messed me up. Like I wanted to go back and play the newer one just to give it a second chance. There's a little adapter for the guitar, and I apparently lost it.
Based upon
So I
systems.
can't even play the newest one that I have. So it's just like, man, whatever. Anyway, that's been this week in gaming history. Concord shut down.
So
Like shut down. This is becoming more common, but it is still very rare for this kind of thing to happen.
what does it mean shut down?
Like they are no longer supporting it. They're pulling it from the shelves. They're shutting down the servers. They're turning it off.
Oh.
Yeah. So not like the company went out of business.
Right.
But like, no, you can't play this no more.
Correct.
So not like they're still on the shelves, like you can buy it?
No.
They pulled them.
Oh, pulled them from the shelves.
I saw a picture of some, I don't know how real the pictures were, but like a clearance bin, which I don't know because I've seen other people trying to sell the physical copy for, hundreds and hundreds of dollars.
So basically, it's for a placeholder because you can't play it no more.
Yeah, because nowadays with games, you have to be connected to the internet to play.
Correct.
And if they shut the servers down, then you can't connect.
Right.
Even with a physical copy.
Yeah, so it used to be back in the day, even if they shut down servers, you could still put your disc in and play whatever's on the disc.
But this is a online based game.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So
Did they give refunds?
Yeah.
So anybody who bought the digital version through the PlayStation Store got automatic. Now, I don't know about any physical.
Yeah, GameStop was giving. I didn't trade mine in because someone told me
You had the physical?
I had a physical. I still have a physical.
Oh, well, give it here. Why ain't you bring it?
Because someone told him what?
Well, no, the person told me, hey, keep it. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, if I had bought the physical, I would definitely keep it.
yeah. So I kept it. That because my work, and so I couldn't get to the GameStop.
So for some reason, I thought you had the digital
No, sir.
copy.
I'm still of the ilk of the most of the time. Now, if it's something that it goes straight to Wukong, I will. This is already digital, and that's the only way you can get it.
You calling me a monkey?
No. Made me think about it for a second, but no.
I was
sir.
like, did I? Well, it's a situation where this is the first time because of PodCap. So here's the deal: I never have played this game, but it's just for the pod. So because of the pod, if you pre-ordered the digital deluxe, you got it early. So I wanted to get it as early as possible. You had already played the beta.
Correct.
So I wanted to get it early as possible so we can get in here and pod about it. But it goes against my religion. I don't buy digital.
Nope.
Unless you have to.
Right.
And I didn't have to, but I did because I was trying to pod. So I went against my religion, and now I'm probably going to be missing out. Because I mean,
Isn't that crazy? The one time
They didn't give you a refund?
What I'm saying is I don't want a refund. I'd much rather have the physical copy in my collection.
Oh, okay.
than
That's insane.
Than a refund.
The one time
that
that you did not buy a physical copy.
The one time.
And I said it to him too. He was like, "Hey, I got the digital deluxe, and I'm gonna get it early." But you know me, since I'd already played the demo, I didn't need it early.
Right.
We doing it for the pod, but I also other reasons, right? And so, when I got that, I was like, "Dang, man."
And I'm not going to get too far into it, but I didn't realize what it was specifically. And if I knew what it was, I would have still did the physical because I would not have needed that much time to get ready for the pod.
Correct.
Yeah. So you got your refund?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Make sure.
Now, still on my home screen, so I can still hear the music.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of cool.
All right, and we're gonna get into the game later.
Yeah, so this particular episode of this is the weekly update, but we're gonna do the ANX Gamecast, and we're going to review the game that nobody played, so you can know about it and you can see it. I got gameplay footage that'll be playing, so make sure to check out that video. Y'all ready for the next topic?
Yep.
Pokemon Sues.
So, are you surprised by this?
No.
Yeah, no. I was like, I don't. It was.
Question 1: Did you play
Palworld?
World?
No, I did not.
So you were like one of the only people in the world who didn't play it.
I didn't play it either.
Well, you don't play games. It
Sure.
just says the non-gamer on the screen.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah,
So I did play it, and I played it because it was convenient. Because not only was did I have a dusty Xbox Series X out there that don't get played, and it was free with the pass, and a computer I think I had just got that new monitor that I just talked about breaking earlier, right? And so I was just like, yo, let me test out, right, and just let me play it, right? So I played it, and it was such a blatant ripoff of Pokemon as far as the monster designs and the way that you
general concept
capture the monsters with a sphere colorful ball that you throw. I was like, how it surprised me that it took this long for them to sue.
Yeah, because you said something like right off the bat, I remember.
I mean, you can see some of these. Some of these look like Pokemon.
Yeah, they do.
Like, just you can see it.
Yeah.
Now the main difference, and the other thing that made me think about like why did it take them so long to sue is because this game falls into the, I don't want to use the term fetish, but this weird thing that people want to have Pokemon with guns shooting Pokemon and or people shooting Pokemon. Like, I don't know why this is a thing, but it's been a thing for 20 years. Like, people have this fantasy about shooting Pokemon or Pokemon shooting other Pokemon. So the fact that was in this game heavily and it still took Nintendo and Pokemon this long to sue was kind of weird to me.
So, and that's funny to me, right? Because I'm kind of, I played all the Pokemon, most of the Pokemon games, right?
The monsters.
The Pocket Monsters. But it was, I'll say it. Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing a Pokemon with a gun running around shooting somebody. That's the darker side, though.
That's just weird.
That's the darker side, because they're also friendly and fluffy and kind and stuff. So seeing them shot to bits.
So here's the deal. I would like a more. I don't need Digimon survive level seriousness, because I think there were Digimon that was talking about Digimon dying. Like, that was a part of that game. So I don't need that, but Pokemon just in general is geared more towards kids. So I'm a grown man, so it just doesn't appeal to me the same way playing the game.
Yeah.
And everything is appealing to kids. However, that doesn't mean I need a game that puts guns in their hands. There are other games that didn't quite make it, but were very similar. Like, I think it was like J-Cocoon 2, where you collect monsters and then you use them to fight and battle with. So there were more adult versions of Pokemon without just giving them guns and rocket launchers and grenades.
Terrence is like, give him an axe, let's start chopping heads.
But the actual blood in, like, Pokemon was never like, the battle style was, even if you did set them on fire, it wasn't like they ran around.
It wasn't graphic.
It wasn't graphic.
Yeah.
So if they kept it with Pokemons with guns, and it wasn't like, oh, I shot you in the head and I got a critical hit and you got a hole in your head. No, just keep it as the Pokemon were. Now you have different weapons. And even if you threw an axe, all it does is shake the screen.
Yeah. So when you're playing on Game Boy, it's just somebody used a move, and your Pokemon will just shake back and forth. Right. As far as like you use the move and it just shake back and forth.
Right. And if you got burned, in the middle of the game, it said, you're losing points because you are.
Yeah.
Right. And then it just flames out like it doesn't.
Yeah, it's just not graphic.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know how graphic this was.
I don't remember specifically, because that wasn't the memorable part for me. I stopped playing this game because it was a chore. It became a chore. It wasn't just collecting, I forget what they're called in the game, monsters or whatever. It wasn't just collecting Pokemon and going and fighting. It was, you collect them and you bring them back to camp and you work them kind of like slaves.
Oh, hell no. No.
So I got a refrigerator over here to keep the berries from spoiling, and I have to use the ice monster to sit there all day and just use ice on the refrigerator to keep it cold.
Was it like Fallout? Like you recruit people to come, make.
Well, people had a choice. They didn't have to come
no.
with you.
No.
This don't they don't have
Yeah.
no choice. So if I put you to work, you going to work. So I got one that, you know, did the gardening. There was one a fire one that would keep the pot hot and you can cook food. And and some of them were good at collecting. And then if I was doing the picking the berries, right, I just throw them on the ground. And then I have to assign another one to come and gather everything up. And so it just became a chore and then you had to make sure they were fed. Then you had to make sure they were asleep. And then you would get raided by bandits. And then they would have to all get up and fight. And then you had certain ones that did special moves, but then they were stronger for fighting. They weren't really to do the task of the gardening, but you had to get them to chop trees. So it was, if it was first person, I would have liked it a little better. It was third person. So it was, the camera angles were funny sometimes.
So
sounds like some human trafficking for Pokemon.
Right.
It was the P for Palworld stands for P Diddy.
Yeah.
So it got to a point where you keep building up your camp and you can unlock new stuff and you can build buildings. It definitely had a Fortnite feel to it, building stuff, but you didn't build in real time, but you could build stuff and they could sleep in there to protect them. You can do all kinds of stuff.
But you didn't.
I didn't really get that far into the building, but what happened was I unlocked a second camp in another part of the world, and I was like, "You want me to do this in 2 locations?"
So
no,
it'd be like a lot of traveling.
No, well, it's just a lot of maintenance, because not only that, but they get into a funk.
Oh, and you have to figure out a way to
figure out what's
morale.
wrong. They will get sick, and you have to go put medicine together and heal them. And one broke his leg, and one is depressed, and one is this. And I'm like, and you want me to do this in multiple locations? Nah, bro.
That sounds like Fallout.
That was,
remember?
Oh yeah,
they would get down and yeah.
So I was done. So I don't play this anymore. I haven't played it in a very long time.
Oh, so it's still on. It's still on Xbox.
Yeah. So do you know anything specific about the lawsuit? Because I don't have specifics on it. I know it was just infringing on copyrights.
Yeah,
or something.
that's all I read. I mean, I looked it up to see like how far it had gotten, but basically it's like they've been put on notice. We're suing you for infringement, and Palworld people are like, well, we don't know what you're talking about, so they're waiting for more information.
Maybe they were just waiting for them to make more money.
Right.
Because if they would have sued day one, they wouldn't have got anything from it except for the fact that you're ripping us off and we shut you down. But now that it's been around, it was a big hit. I don't know if people still play it, but it was a big hit.
Oh, it was a big hit in the beginning.
Oh, huge. Give me some of that money.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, but here's my whole thing about it. You go out. You handcuff them. You bring them back. You have raiders who come, but they still don't leave. So it's not like the raiders come and say, "Oh, Pokemon happy, we want to be free," and they go out and no, they just stay and fight for you, and they get in a funk because you don't love them. No, I'm good.
Yeah, and then you have some that are real hard to deal with because they have some of them have different traits. Mm-hmm. Like you can get better ones of the same. It's also made for you to catch a bunch of the same type, and so they got different traits. And I had this one that had a trait where it's just like I'm a hard worker, and by hard worker it's like he will work 24 hours a day, so he doesn't rest. So while everybody else is asleep, he's still going. So that helps you because you're still getting resources. However, he gets into a funk,
yeah, but he won't stop working.
So they die.
I don't remember any of them dying.
But I would bet the production becomes a lot less.
Yeah, because they'll just stop working. Sometimes they'll just stop working.
But if
they'll just walk
working,
off.
You say
well, I'm just saying at a certain point, he would just like, I forget this.
Oh, okay.
He's like, forget you.
So yeah, it was a lot.
And then you have to drug them.
Yeah.
So that they'll do what you want them to do. Just kidding.
Well, kind of. Some of them needed some medicines and herbs, and
that sounds like the other P.
Yes.
Yeah.
So anyway, my main point here is I'm surprised it took so long because it is such a blatant ripoff.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
You make me want to fire up the Xbox just to see how bad of the ripoff it is.
All the dust gonna come out the back.
I know. Like an old
But
car.
yeah, I mean, hey, you might want to, because I don't. I mean, like I said, I don't know the specifics of the lawsuit. It could just be we're gonna turn you off. It could be you need to give us money, or for damages and losses. I think that's part of it. But it also could be you can keep going, but you're gonna have to pay for the likeness of the monsters that you're using.
Again, back to you have to pay Sting $5,000 a day for the rest of your life.
Yeah, right. So we don't really know what's gonna happen, but we know Nintendo's notorious for shutting you down. So if you want to try it, if you want it, you better go out there and play it now. That's the Xbox. Y'all ready for the next?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. The biggest news. What do they say about secrets? The worst kept secret, you know.
A worst kept secret, yeah.
Now I'm surprised that it got an announcement before Switch 2, Switch Pro, which I guess is never going to be a thing. The Super Nintendo Switch, that would be a cool name. PS5 Pro pre-order and release date was announced. And I got on to you for not bringing the physical Concord, but I forgot to bring something else in here too. Anyway, what you think, man? You getting one?
I am.
Okay.
You know how much it is?
Mm-hmm.
$699.
But that's not what everything.
$699.99.
Yeah, whatever.
$699. But you still got pieces you still gotta buy.
It don't come with a stand.
Yep.
And
a hard drive.
The CD player.
The disc drive.
Yeah.
Disc drive.
So the stand. So here's the deal about the stand. I don't put mine up vertical.
Okay.
But at the same time, I believe that same for the regular PS5. That same vertical stand is the same stand that I believe it's the same stand that you use to sit it horizontal.
Okay.
So I probably still have to get a stand. Yeah, no.
But you can buy them now.
Stand.
Mm-hmm. The stand and
so the disc drive. Yeah, the disc drive, because the same disc drive that they use for the Slim that did not come with a disc drive. So
it's like $100 for both.
I don't know about the stand. I know the disc drive was $80, and I say was because I'm assuming it's sold out now. The day that this was announced, I got on Amazon and ordered a disc drive because I figured it was going to be sold out. Okay. And the last time I checked on Amazon, it was sold out.
You'll be able to get one before then.
Maybe. I mean, they don't have a good track record over the past.
That's still $700.
That's so crazy.
That's 2 car payments.
You know how much the PS4 Pro was? $399.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And you have to buy all this extra stuff.
Now, if you, for us who actually get the physical, you do need the disc drive.
Yeah.
If you were someone who only did digital, you good with the $700.
Yeah.
Which I've been talking to people. A lot of people talking. They thinking about doing
digital. I wonder if this is a way for them to try to force people into digital.
Well, I think a lot of people nowadays wait, especially with the shortages of the PS5 when it came out. A lot of people just wait for the Pro or the Slim.
Slim,
because we know it's coming. So for everybody to act like they're just so shocked and all this other crap, like I don't know what y'all problem is. We know a Slim was coming, we know a Pro was coming, and we know probably 4 years from now the PS6 is coming. And they already said they're working. It's already in development. So miss me with all that. But it's just a situation where if you've waited, then guess what? Guess what you don't have if you waited till now to buy a PS5.
What?
Any PS5 games.
Oh.
So you don't have any of the games.
Oh yeah. If this is the first one you're buying,
right.
yeah.
So
yeah, that's not what you want.
I mean, it's backwards compatible PS4, but if I don't know.
But it's still limited. PS4, I mean, it's still limited in what you can
I don't know, but I'm just saying if you are a PlayStation owner and you've been playing your PlayStation 4 games on a PlayStation 4 for all this time, you're probably good with just continuing to do that and going digital with the PS5 Pro.
Yes, sir.
So is there a PS5 Pro regular edition, or are they all going to be the 30th?
No.
Okay, so we ain't even gotten to the 30th.
Oh, okay.
So let's talk about it. So here's the deal. Here's what pissed me off, and it probably won't end up being an issue. But once I ordered my disk drive,
right?
give me that.
Okay,
right.
And you
yeah.
Stand.
No, I don't know anything about the stand. I mean, I know you have to buy it. I didn't know it was available. Let's put it that way. This drive was the important thing to me. It's just like, I own what? Concord, and I don't even own that anymore, but I own Concord and what? Genshin Impact. Okay.
I know where you're going with this.
Right. And my camera doing something weird.
Yeah. It's yellow.
Yeah. It'll be fine. Got it, right? Got my disk drive. Cool. 3 days later, they announced this 30th anniversary stuff.
Which y'all know this how it comes though.
So it's gray. It's gray, which is cool.
It's the PlayStation gray.
Right.
Yeah.
But however,
the disc drive
I ordered is white. So not to look silly, I would have to order the gray disc drive too.
All right. So it's the
like, what are we doing? What are we doing
yes,
here?
he's matchy.
I am. Now, here's the deal. This is why I say it probably won't end up being an issue. They're only making like 12,000 of the 30th anniversary.
So you can order that one?
If I can.
Oh.
Because, I mean, we have in our possession, and they're both in this room, 2 very rare PlayStation 4 Pros. One has not even been opened.
Monster Hunter or something, right?
See it, Terrence? You see it? It's right there.
I see it with the...
Oh, right there. PS4 Pro, limited edition, Monster Hunter.
I mean, and some of these are so rare, there's no market for them. Therefore, I have no idea how much they're worth.
Oh, yeah.
Because nobody's selling them. And then the other one is the 50 million?
I remember that.
The PS4 50 million.
Blue?
Yeah. And
it was beautiful. The blue was beautiful.
And so it's right there, and we have number 32,000 or something out of. They only made 50,000 in the world, and ours is number 32,000 something. So this would be the same way. They would be individually numbered.
But the 30th year, they are doing a lot. So it's not just the PS5. It's the PS5 controller,
the Pro controller,
the Batarang with the screen. Mm-hmm.
The cord looks like you're putting a memory.
Yeah,
look like you're putting an old school memory card in.
So is the concept cool? Yeah.
PlayStation Portal.
Yeah. With the Batarang. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know what you were talking about. I just kind of kept it moving
because it's like it's a Batarang. What Batarang with screen? But is it? They're cool. But we'd already talked about the some of the peripheral. Now the $300 controller, I liked the controller. Did I map it out like I should have? No, but I'm going to do it when the new Call of Duty comes out. I am going to map out my my play style with it.
I mean, I like it because the Pro controller it's heavy.
Okay.
I always liked the heavy controller. Back in the Nintendo 64 days, I used to put the biggest memory card you could find, the one that had the switches on it because it had like 4 memory cards and one make it real heavy. Yeah. So, which one are you gonna try to get?
I'm just gonna go regular, but if I can get all of the other stuff, I would be okay with it.
So you're gonna get the regular but buy the gray accessories? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I'm not. I'm kind of chaos. So
I'm kind of chaos.
I don't have to have it being matchy. Because what's going to happen is, they happen when you pre-order systems, phones, anything. You got Jordans. You got to get in this line, And if anything happens with your connection or anything, you get bumped out, you got to start all over again.
Well, you're gonna have to get in line for both. Like the thought that you're
No,
just
yeah,
gonna be
yeah.
able to get a white pro is not. I don't think I don't think that's gonna be the case either. So either way it go, you're gonna be standing in line.
Well, yeah, but I don't think the line will be like it was for the PS5, the original PS5, where it's like almost a year before you can get your hands on it.
Well, that was just
Wow.
because that was a shortage because of microchips and
Right.
COVID.
And I don't work at GameStop anymore, so I don't have that. I do, but I don't.
I'll say you should just go get your job back for a little bit,
Right. For the
and
holidays.
then yeah.
I still have a hookup. Always got to keep one.
holla if
Yeah.
you hear me.
Oh, we know.
So if I'm not mistaken, y'all correct me if I'm wrong. The pre-orders for ordering this stuff through PlayStation Store, through PlayStation Direct or whatever it's called, is on September 26th, which is Thursday. The pre-order stuff, which I'm pretty sure the 30th anniversary stuff is not going to be available at regular retailers. But the regular PS5 Pro and things of that nature will go on pre-order through the Amazons, the Targets, the GameStops on October 10th.
The pre-orders?
Yes.
So,
October 10th through the major retailers, directly through PlayStation. Pre-orders open up September 26th.
right.
And then the release date is November 7th.
And that's not that far
No.
away.
So are you happy with what you've seen so far as did you see the Final Fantasy screenshots? Did you see the comparison and graphics? Or are you just buying it based off of like I already know like this is going to be legit?
I already know.
Yeah.
I've seen stuff. I have. But I've never felt like PlayStation is made like this inferior quality product. And usually when they do a Pro or as they do an iPhone, the 15 and the 15S.
Well, that's blast. Don't talk about Apple in this house.
Okay, so the half sizes, they usually are pretty good, and they usually do stand up on their own laurels. So I'm okay with that. Now, like I said, I get the batarang again for another batarang for like my son, because like you said, Switch 2, we don't know what's going on. And that's what I was kind of waiting for him, where I would transition up to Switch 2 and he could have my Switch.
Mm-hmm.
But now that you are like, we don't really know yet. And we've been talking about this for a while, about the Switch 2.
Mm-hmm.
So, I can get him that. He can still play the games. I can still watch my shows.
Yeah.
And then he would say, Daddy, help me, please, help me.
Help me, please.
I'll be okay because it's something I can just go and be like, and you can go and play it.
So what you think about the PS5 Pro?
I mean, I think what we have works perfectly well. We don't really need another one.
Works. Okay.
Our PS4, whatever we have out there,
Mm-hmm.
PS5.
Yeah, it's not about if it works or not. That's not how. I mean, the PS4 Pro worked before we got the PS5. It worked. It wasn't broken.
Yeah.
I mean,
I already know, but to me, I'm like, that thing works perfect.
It does what you need it to do.
what does it? Well, she don't even use it. So
Oh, you don't?
yeah, she an Xbox fan. So
I am more
this
Xbox.
this is par for the course.
Oh, okay.
No, but
'Cause
we
these
use
Xbox
it.
fans be acting crazy.
No, but I've been using it more often. I've been even using the controller.
Okay.
But it seems like it's really nice what we have out there.
Yeah. So the graphics, the changing graphics. So basically, don't want to bore people with tech, and I don't even know if I can get it out properly. But right now, to reach certain frames per second, right, for certain games, you have to put it into performance mode. When you put it the PS5 and you put it in performance mode, It lowers the resolution, it lowers the graphics to reach that FPS target.
Yeah, of course.
Right? So you're getting crappier graphics and it's a little blurry and grainy and whatever. So what you see me playing is not necessarily ideal for Call of Duty Online and things of that nature. So with this new one, you can get the good graphics and a higher targeted FPS.
Okay.
Y'all saw that?
Was it blinking?
No, just
the
whole camera. Anyway, so that's the biggest thing. And people are still kind of complaining about, I don't see that big of a difference. It's like, no, I can clearly see a big difference. And they're talking about they can't see that big of a difference on games that have already been released. I am 85% certain. I don't feel like I'm going out on a limb here. You ain't going to be able to play GTA 6 the way it's intended to be played on that regular PS5. You're just not.
Right, like new games coming out,
new stuff coming out, and if we take any lessons from what happened with the PS4, the better games came out at the end of the PS4 life cycle with the PS4 Pro.
Because it had the power.
Because it had the power.
But let me ask you this. So yesterday we were on YouTube. Remember we were watching that video that was like drone footage of like really beautiful places, and it said it was 12K.
Yeah,
we don't have 12K TV.
Right.
But it still looked like insanely beautiful. So wouldn't it be the same thing?
No.
Why not?
Well, the stuff we were watching was shot in 12K. We didn't watch it in 12K because we don't have a 12K TV, and YouTube doesn't even support 12K quality video.
Right. My point is, though, it still looked really good.
Okay.
So wouldn't that be the same thing for somebody who?
But it would look better if it was a true 12K video on a 12K TV.
Of course.
So
of course it would look better.
This is it not only looking better but performing better. They said there's a 45% increase in like performance and quality and graphics. So it's not just a little better. They say they're claiming it's 45% better than what you're currently seeing.
Of course they are.
I mean, from what I saw, it's like, yeah, like this is way better.
They're gonna there's this I watched this anime Fairy Tale.
Heard of it?
With Lucy, and sometimes they'll make this noise. Wow, wow. That's kind of how I felt like they did when they start talking about specs with PlayStation. It's like boom, wow, wow. We have all of these really, really, really good specs. Camera's gonna turn, but anyway, Sony doesn't really let down when it comes to
right. I mean, even they could have made this announcement without saying it was 45% better. It would have had the same reaction. Correct. The haters would have still hated, and people who know were still gonna buy it. You didn't even have to tell me it was 45% better. Like I know it was gonna be significantly better quality and graphics and performance.
And there's always people who waited. We all know, because even with the PS4, the 3 had one too, a bigger model. I'm
PlayStation 3. Now they had 3 models, but I don't think there was a Pro model.
Okay.
Yeah, they had a slim, and then they had like something. They had the big one, then they had the slim, and then they had the something else.
But I think the last one that they made was supposed to be better.
Maybe they might have, but it wasn't like to the level of a Pro. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe. Now, but Pro today is different than Pro on the 3 too.
Yeah. But the only thing I'm not liking about this is this still had the 2 terabyte hard drive. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Like, can we just? So
you're gonna still have to go and buy you to add more hard drive space. Storage.
I could just use can I use the one I got, the heatsink I got now? My PlayStation 5?
And screw it and put it in? Probably.
Yeah, so.
Better be able to.
So anyway, yeah, I mean, so my problem is going to be trying to get the gray one, successfully getting the gray one, and then debating if I want to open it or not. Because like I said, this one's going to be even more rare than the blue one. They made 50,000 of these. They only making 12,000 of these.
Yeah. And I'm not in the running for. I'd like to get the other gray stuff, but I don't have to get the gray. I don't want to be in the rat race.
Yeah. Less stress.
PS5 Pro. So I'm ready. I'm ready because not only are there games that I haven't played yet that will be enhanced, right, with this system, but I'm ready for the new too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, y'all ready for the next topic?
Yep.
Last one for the ANX weekly update. Solo leveling season 2. What you got? You got all the info? You got all the 411?
Yes.
Is that still a thing? Can I dial 411 now and something happen?
Yes, you can.
Oh.
I was like, I don't know. Okay, so season 2 was announced, right? I think it's coming out.
I think it's coming out in
January 2025. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But before season 2 comes
Before
out,
season 2 come out. Do you know this information? Do you know what she's about to tell you?
I know about season 2, but I don't know.
You don't know what she's about to tell you?
But the other piece.
there's going to be like a film at a movie theater,
All right.
and it's it comes out end of November, first in Korea, then Japan, and then it'll hit U.S. December 6th, I think.
Okay.
I wrote down the date, but I don't remember. Anyway, yeah, December 6th. And then, but the film is supposed to be kind of a recap of last season, but it's going to also show you the first 2 episodes of season 2.
So I don't really know. Like, it's cool because anytime I can get more anime at my theater,
Right.
I'm good.
It will be what's it called? Don't tell me. Subbed, right?
Mm.
It's not going to be
Well, that's
dubbed.
whack. But
I bet. I mean, I'm just betting.
but I don't need a movie level or cinema version of a recap of season 1 that had 12 episodes.
Yeah.
Like, it's only 12 episodes. And there's a game that is pretty much the same, right?
Mm-hmm. It's basically just like early access to season 2.
Now, if you were, I would have enjoyed this more if you had enhanced the graphics for season 2.
So
And then,
but you don't know if they are going to be or aren't going to be increased at this point, though, right?
the little trailer that they showed, it looks a little different. I don't know if I would say they were like drastically better, but my point is, if there was a leap in graphics, right, I would have liked to see you just create a whole recap of season 1 with the new graphics, basically remade into like a little movie format. That would have been cool. So, like, for example, Dragon Ball Super graphics were bad, but it made it even worse because you took elements from the movie and those graphics were better, and then you put them into the show.
Oh, so it's like a mixture.
So it was a mixture, and that made it seem even worse, right?
Yeah.
So similar here, but in reverse. I would, if I'd rather you just remake your recap of season 1 with better graphics, right? So like I said, if it's not dubbed, then I'm not going to be interested in it. I don't know how long. I don't know if I can keep holding out on waiting for the dubbed stuff. Don't watch subtitle stuff, but if we're not getting it all at the same time for podcast purposes, I'm gonna have to start watching subtitle stuff.
Yeah.
And I like
You,
subtitles.
he just like rubbing in my face that he knows how to read. That's all. That's all this is.
But at the same point, what I've started seeing, and this is off a little, not a tangent, but off a little bit. Some of the anime I've been watching, I'll get to like episode 10, and Crunchyroll will say the next couple of episodes are in Japanese. Now I don't like that. If you're gonna keep it one way, keep it one way. Don't
Don't flip-flop.
shift, whoop, and then have something else. No, I don't like that. But because I watched Solo Leveling before it got a dub. So I'm still on the of the mindset of the voices that I hear.
Mm-hmm. That's the biggest deal.
Yeah,
it's the voice, like the voice.
When it changes,
yeah,
it's kind of drastic.
Yep.
People say that, and I get it to a certain extent, but it's like you don't know what they're saying, so it's just kind of like.
Yeah, but it's weird to me because we've done it before, and I'm like, that's a different voice.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
No, I'm saying yes, it's weird to you, but I'm saying most people say they like the Japanese voice better. But it's just like I don't know how you necessarily like it better when you don't even know what they're saying.
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying.
So you just like somebody making noise. It's just like what are we talking about?
I tell people all the time, it's the tone. A lot of times it's the tone, because there are a lot of now Dragon Ball Z is different because we watched it in pretty much English anyway. The most of it, not until later on did we start watching it in subtitles.
I've never watched it in subtitles.
When I started watching the last one, Super, it was sub, but I'm okay, because to me, the voices that I hear, that I know, that I started to listen to since I was able to listen to so many voices, there's a difference.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, do you prefer the difference? Do you prefer the dub or do you prefer the sub?
Yep.
If you start off with a dub, keep it dub. But if you
I don't think so. I think probably what happened with you is I think you started the dub version too early.
Which show?
Whatever show he said they stopped. They changed it midway through, and it was like the next episodes are in English because they have a release schedule for the Japanese, and then they have the release schedule for the English, and it's like real time being dubbed. Okay, we dubbed this one, we're gonna put it out. So basically, all your dub hadn't been released yet.
You were ahead of schedule.
Yeah, you were. Yeah,
it's still out. So I'm not gonna.
And then these companies, and then they run into like COVID stuff, right? I think that happened with Solo Leveling. Like one of the characters got COVID or something, a voice actor. So it's like
it got delayed.
Like,
for the dub.
Yeah. So it was supposed to come out April, but then we had to push it back to May because it got COVID. Yeah.
Now, like I said, this one I watched in sub anyway, so it didn't really matter. I'm just speaking on some of the other ones that I've watched, and Fairy Tail is one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Especially now, they have one I'm watching. This last episode, then it's on episode 12, I think. All 11 were English. The last one was Big Box comes up. Hey, this episode will be, you can continue or you can wait. So it gives you the option. I'm not waiting. That's not what Americans do. We don't wait. We don't have patience.
You're already on a rhythm. Like,
hey, let me go ahead.
Well, I think you just me acting funny. Because back in the day, forget waiting a couple of weeks. Back in the day, you had to wait a couple of years.
The times have changed. Our wait patterns ain't the same.
I know, like how internet is. Remember, now it's like if there's any delay, it's like
people. I mean, people can voice their opinion of it deeply now.
I'm just saying. It took us over 20 years to get Dragon Ball. So now you complain about a couple of weeks. Okay.
Well,
times
all right.
Times have changed.
The threshold changes.
That is correct.
Okay. All right. So anyway, I will have to say that I'm not necessarily, you moving your camera all just, I don't know what you're doing.
Oh.
You just.
He said, oh.
So again, I'm happy that it's doing something in the theater. Cool. Do more. Blah, blah, blah. Am I excited if it's not dubbed? No. Just me personally. I don't necessarily need a recap. I've seen the whole show twice and played the game, so I don't really need a recap. And if the first 2 episodes are not going to be dubbed, then
I mean, they might be. I would just,
I doubt it.
Yeah, normally I feel like when we've looked at looking and going to the movies before, they were all subtitled.
Well,
except Dragon Ball.
No, they usually do both.
Dragon Ball, yeah, because My Hero Academia.
Yeah.
Oh,
the
yeah.
movie was
but
both
when they first release an anime in America, what they're doing now is they're releasing at the same time it's released in Japan, but because but they don't have the dub version made yet. So whenever it first comes out, more than likely it's going to be in Japanese only.
Yeah, and see, that's why I was thinking that too, because it comes out a week after its release in Japan and Korea. So that's why I was like, I can just see it being subtitled. Because if it was a couple of months, then that would be different.
Yeah, they didn't give it.
But it's a week later.
This time.
Yeah.
So speaking of solo leveling, we are about to do solo leveling season 1 review on ANX Gamecast. Y'all make sure y'all check out that video. Y'all ready to get to the next round?
Yes.